If you use the link in the bio and sign up with me as I go through this video, you can get an extra $50 from Relay in your account when you add $100 in cash or more to your account to get started. I get a bonus as well, and that's pretty exciting. So let's get started. Let's note that Relay is actually a financial technology company, not a bank, but the banking services and FDIC insurance that are provided to you as a customer are from Threadbank. So these are FDIC insured, so I am happy with that. They are actually the business banking partner with the Profit First model, which is the model that I use in my business, which is why I was so excited. So let's get started. Okay, if you click on the link in the description, you will end up on a page that looks like this that says at the top, Relay and Create with Pennies. That is my channel where we talk all about creating and growing income online and all the different side hustles and ways you can. So once you land here, you'll click Get Started. And then you will come to this page where you create an account. So you are going to have your legal information. So your date of birth, your legal name. So fill all of that in. And if you are signing up for your actual business, you won't deal with the accountant or bookkeeper. But one of the cool things about Relay is that your accountant or bookkeeper can have their own login and work on your account. That is really fantastic because I do have an accountant, so he will be getting that. To get started, put in your name and everything that they need. So they want your phone number, so we fill that in, and then we do our date of birth. And they just want to make sure that you're over 18. So down at the bottom, you're going to use login details and create an account. So you're going to want to use your work email. So if you are new and you enter a Gmail account, if you don't have an account, an email account that is work related or through a website that you own, using a free or temporary email domain like Gmail will make them have additional verification before your Relay account is activated. If possible, it's best to use an email from a domain that you own. If you do use a Gmail account here, you will have some additional verification to do with Relay, and I'm not going to have that, so it won't show that in this video, but we will continue with the steps. And if you ever get stopped, you can always come back to this video and watch the rest. So let's create our account. Next, they're going to want the owner information so that they can get to know your business better. So again, your legal name and date of birth. They're going to want to know if you're a US resident, and that is a yes or a no. Then your social security number, your title, and then they're going to want to know your personal address. So they do want your personal information, and it is safe to give them because they are a legitimate company and a legitimate bank. So don't worry about that. When you've entered all this information, click Next. Then you are going to tell them about the type of business you have. So on business information, you're going to tell them the type of business you have. So if you are sole proprietorship and you select that, you're going to have to select your industry. So find whatever you are down here, and maybe you're an e-commerce shop and you would select that. And then number of employees, you would select just me or some freelancers like I have. And then your revenue, you're going to kind of give them your best guess, 1,000 to 5,000, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, or over 500,000 if you're just balling out. And then you would also describe your business as established with predictable cash flows, or if you're new and it fluctuates. So it really depends on where you are. For me, I would say established with predictable cash flows as I earn a certain amount every month. There is some variable, but it is pretty steady. When I started out, I was definitely a lot of fluctuations. And if you're new, that's okay to select I'm new. So then they ask, do you plan to use Relay for your cash management method? You select yes or no. Then if you have a DBA, you would enter it there. You can use your personal address as your mailing address. Just click that button. If not, you unclick it. You would enter your mailing address, but usually it's the same. Then it asks what countries you operate in, and basically it's either USA or USA other. So there's not a lot of options. And then you can enter your business website, or if you don't have one, you can just click it. And then it wants you to briefly describe your business operations. So they want you to tell them what kind of business you are, how many employees you have, anything you can give them about the type of business you are would be fantastic. So that is the sole proprietorship option. I am LLC. So for an LLC, I put in LLC. Then they want my legal business name and then my EIN. And I do have that, so I enter that there. So then I select what industry I'm in, and I'm going to select media since the majority of my business is content creation, but I also do e-commerce, so it's kind of a mix. Then employees, just me, and contractors or freelancers because I only do contractors and freelancers right now. I do have several, but it is no full-time or part-time employees. Then monthly revenue, I select that for myself. And then I move on and it wants me to describe my business. And I am going to select established business with predictable cash flows. And then they want to know my current bank. So my current business bank, if it's on here and it's not, so I actually would have to select other. And then they want to know if I'm going to use profit first, cash management method. And I am. I'm a huge fan of that. And I think if you're signing up for Relay, you definitely want to do that method because it's fantastic. And I think it's really good for most businesses. So then they want my business address, which can be the same or different as your personal address, but they want you to enter it. Then below that, you can click the button to use as your mailing address. So that way you just have it all the same. Then they want to know where, if you're an LLC, you were incorporated. And so I will scroll down to my great state of Tennessee where I was incorporated. So they want to know when you were incorporated. And then after that, they want to know the same things as the sole proprietor side. So they want to know what countries you operate in, your business website, and then description of your business. And then also for an LLC, because you could have multiple partners, they want to know how much you own. I'm a single person that owns everything, so I put 100 here, but it might be a 50-50 partnership. So you might end up putting something else there if your business is different. So once you've filled out the business website and business operations section, you're going to click next. When you've entered all of your information for business website and operations, click the next button. Then it will go to the card shipping confirmation page and it will ask you to confirm the card details and shipping information. So you're going to get a business debit card if you are approved with your application. So a physical card will be shipped to you in 8 to 10 business days. And if you don't need this, you can cancel the shipment. But if you do want the card, it will have your name on it. And if you have a business name, it'll have that on that. So you want to make sure that that's all correct and then your shipping address is correct and then click next. The next thing that happens is ID and selfie verification. Basically, they want you to verify your identity to continue. This is something that you want if you are filling out a business banking application. So you're going to want to make sure that you follow this steps. So they're going to send a text message to your phone number and then you click on the link in the text message to take and upload a photo of your unexpired government-issued photo ID like your driver's license or passport. And you're going to take a selfie, a photo of yourself. You can either scan the QR code on the website, or if you need, you can also get them to resend the text message. So either one of those, and then you finish that on your phone. This process really wasn't great. I had to scan the QR code and then copy the link in the QR reader app and then paste it in Safari, and then it came to the right place. So this was a little bit difficult. So it's pretty easy to mess up, I think, and but we made it here. And so step one is the government issued ID, so like a driver's license. So basically what you do is you can either take the photo or upload the photo. We got a picture of my license, taken and uploaded. So then it comes to the step two, which is take a photo of yourself. And then once that happens on your phone, you get a verification code texted to you. I did actually get the verification code texted to me, even though I didn't get the link texted to me. So that was a little bit strange. My phone number was right, but it just did not send the link. So I'm really glad they had the QR code on the ID and selfie verification situation because that worked out, but the text link did not. So after you get texted the verification code, you enter it here. You click remember my device for 30 days if you want to, which I usually do. And then you click next. So it saves your process because you're toward the end of completing your application. And depending on what you actually are applying for, your account application is going to be reviewed. And it can take up to 2 to 3 business days. Mine says that. I will let you know how long it actually takes once we get to the next step. But I am filling this out on a Monday and we will see how long it takes them to review it. And it'll let you know via email if you're approved or not. And if they need any more information, they'll reach out to me at the email I provided. So at this point, there's nothing else you can do. You just have to wait. But this is how to sign up for a Relay account, and I will show you on the next page what you might actually have to provide if you have documents that they need. So when you come to the homepage and you're logged in, you will see that your organization is listed here, or your name, and it will show if you are in progress or where your application stands, and you can delete your application or view it, or you can submit a new application. Okay, so the next step is the required documents and information to register with Relay, and it really depends on what you selected for your type of business entity. For everyone signing up for a Relay account, you need your government ID, social security number or passport number, your address of your personal address, your position and title of the owner, then the personal and business phone numbers and email address. Then they have a few little notes here of things that you have to have if you are not a resident or a U.S. citizen, or if there's one or more business owners, or your address. They can't accept P.O. boxes, virtual mailboxes, or anything like that. So if you're not in the U.S. physically or a citizen resident, it can be a little difficult. But moving down further, you can see kind of what they are going to want for the more common types of businesses. So LLCs, you're going to have to provide your EIN, your address and phone number, your legal entity name, industry, business operations, and state of incorporation. During verification, they might ask you to provide your EIN verification letter that you received when you filed for your EIN. And then they do say that you might have to provide articles of organization, company bylaws, certifications of formation. But if you filed for an LLC, you'll have all those already, so you would just send them over. And then if you're a sole proprietor, you will have to provide DBA, your social security number, your business address and phone number, industry, and business operations. And then again, they're just letting you know that the address has to be a physical address. For your government issued photo ID, they do accept driver's license, state ID, military ID, tribal identification card, or a passport for US and non-US citizens. And if you are a non-US citizen, you have to provide your passport. So those are some things that you might want to know about that. And then they do have a little section of international applicants with a U.S. entity. So you can be outside of the U.S. and apply for a Relay banking account as long as you have a U.S. actual business. Then you do have a few industries that Relay will not actually approve. So if you are in any of these businesses listed here, you probably will not have an account approved at Relay. So that is just something to note if you are a certain type of business. But this is where it ends for the actual approval process. And I will show you once my account is approved, what that looks like. I got the email that my account has been approved. Hooray. So now I can do the next step, which is to add money to my account. So basically it says I can add money to my account by going to my accounts page or just kind of clicking here. So let's get started. So basically we go to Relay and we log in. We're going to click the login button after we enter our email and password. And then they are going to want us to do two-factor authentication, which is keeping money safe, which is fantastic. You always want that. So they give you the option to put in your mobile phone number, and then you click send security code. And you will get a 6-digit code that you enter to verify that it's your phone and you are trying to log in. So I'm going to enter my code, and then I want to remember my device because I'm on my home computer, and then you click finish setup. And that is how you verify your phone number and set up your new account. So click OK. So it logged me in, and when it logged me in, it took me to this page where I have my account information, my name of my business is up here, it has my total balance, and there's no data to display yet because we haven't done anything yet. So we can go to this setup checklist in the left toolbar, and it actually allows us to finish our setup with Relay guiding us through, which is so easy. It makes it a lot better. So the next thing I had to do was to add money. So I'm going to do that by connecting an external bank account. So you can either click not right now or click connect external bank account. So they use Finicity, which is a MasterCard company that keeps you safe when you are moving money between accounts. So we are going to do that. I am confident in them, and I'm going to click continue. And then it takes a second. My internet is slow right now, so please work with me. And then you give permission to allow Finicity to access your other account and financial data. So if you're comfortable with that, you can check out their terms and conditions, privacy policy, or click next. And then basically they're going to allow you to search for your bank and then log in through this platform. So they have all the major banks here. So if you can't find your bank, you can also manually connect an account. And to do that, you basically will have to add your bank account details and then verify your bank deposits and confirm the bank deposits. So you can manually connect an account, or if you have another bank account that has the option to be connected, you can do that. If you see your bank here, or you can search and find it, you can click on the bank and then click next, and you basically go to the other bank account. You click next again, a pop-up comes up, and then you sign into the other bank account. Then it'll say Relay would like to access your account information, and you can click continue. It'll show you what data Relay wants to collect, and basically you can decide if you want them to have that or not, and then click continue. Then select which account you're going to pull the money from and click continue. And that just gives them access to the account that you've chosen, and then you can click authorize. It will gather your account details and all the information they need. It gives you an option to review the account that you've selected, and when you're happy with it, you can click submit. Then they will connect your external account, and it just takes a few minutes. And if you're doing it the manual way, this will work kind of similar once you get to this stage. After you do this, you can now add money to your account to finish the setup. Alternatively to moving money from a linked external account, you can send yourself an ACH or a wire transfer. So that's an option as well. To get the $50 bonus from Relay from using my link in the description box, you will have to put in $100. So this is definitely the first thing you want to do so you can get that bonus $50. So you'll want to go over to add money to your account to Relay to get started. Click that button. I'm going to add money, add cash to my Relay account because I need to do that to get my bonus. So I'm going to click add money at the top up here. You can see the button that says add money and click that. And then the drop down says from an external account. It does take 1 to 3 business days, but there's no fee. So let's do that. So on the deposit money page, you would select the external bank account you want money to come from the drop down if you have 1 or 2 accounts that you've added. And then you are going to select where you want it to go. So business checking. And then I'm going to put in the amount down here in this box. You can put the amount of dollars that you want. And because I do have the option to get $50 from Relay, I'm going to make sure that I put in at least 100. I could do more. So maybe I'll start out with 250 actually in my account. And then I'm going to deposit that money. So I'm going to click next. Then on the next page, it's going to give me all the details of the transfer so I can make sure that it is all right. So the deposit method, external bank account from checking to 50, business checking is where it's going. And then the balance details of my account is going from 0 before adding money. Then I'm withdrawing money from my external account. And then I'm going to have in Relay 250 after. So I am happy with that. So I'm going to confirm and click done. Okay, and then the transfer has been initiated. So it will say transfer successful and give you your receipt and all the details on that receipt. And then when you're done here, click done. So that's everything you need to do to add money to your account to actually get the bonus. You just need to do $100 or more. That's everything you need to do to set up your Relay account and fund it to get your bonus. In the next video, I will show you how to set up your account and create a profit first rule and how to actually use your Relay account to become a profitable and sustainable business.